The internet is obsessed with cats, and so is the rest of the world. From their mischievous antics to their sudden chaos eruptions, cats basically run the show, and humans just live in it. While most felines vary by fur color, size, or fluff factor, some cats take it to a whole other level of weirdness. We're talking cats that look like they were made by a sleep-deprived artist. Some act strange, others look strange, and a few do both so well they've broken the internet. From a feline named after a bird to one that went viral for looking completely unhinged, this list dives whiskers first into the bizarre world of cats that defy logic, norms, and sometimes even gravity. Here are 15 abnormally strange cats that actually exist, and yes, every single one of them is real. Number 15. Clade the Cyclops Kitten. There are rare cats, and then there's Clade. Born under heartbreaking circumstances, Clade wasn't just any kitten. He was a genuine one-eyed, noseless cyclops. When his mother began struggling during labor, her owner rushed her to the vet. The second kitten to arrive stunned everyone in the room. One oversized, unblinking eye, no nose, no chance of survival. Clade lived only a few short minutes, but in that time, he left a permanent imprint on those who witnessed him. Photos and videos of Clade circulated online, not for spectacle but because it was a once-in-a-lifetime moment. Even the attending veterinarians, who handle life and death daily, were floored. His condition was so rare, most had only seen it in textbooks, or myth. His owner later described the experience as haunting and tragic, but also oddly beautiful. Clade might have only existed for a blink, but that blink was strange, unforgettable, and yes, deeply real. Number 14. Ukrainian Levkoi. If someone crossed a Sphinx cat with a paper origami expert, you'd probably end up with the Ukrainian Levkoi. This breed looks like it's got centuries of secrets folded into every inch of its wrinkled skin. Add to that their signature inward-folding ears, and you've got a cat that looks like it's been through time, space, and maybe a few horror films. But don't let the Crypt Keeper aesthetic fool you. These cats are known to be friendly, social, and surprisingly cuddly. They're medium-sized, slender yet muscular, and their bare skin feels like suede, if suede could purr. Despite their striking looks, this breed isn't officially recognized by international cat associations yet. Originating in Ukraine in the early 2000s, they've been slowly gaining a cult following. But they're not for everyone. Their skin requires special care, and sunbathing isn't recommended. Still, if you want a cute cat that doubles as a conversation piece, this wrinkled weirdo delivers. Number 13. Monty. Monty isn't a typical show cat. He was born without a nasal bone, giving him a permanently squished appearance that some people might call imperfect. But let's be real, he's adorably one of a kind. Monty was adopted from a shelter in Copenhagen by a couple who immediately saw what mattered most: his personality. His condition is a chromosomal abnormality, and while it causes him to sneeze more than the average cat, it doesn't affect his breathing or overall health. His owners want him to be an ambassador for cats who don't fit the cookie-cutter mold, and he's doing just that, racking up tens of thousands of fans online. The first time they met Monty, he was chilling in his shelter cage while the cats around him lost their minds. That calm energy, mixed with his snuggly charm, made him impossible to ignore. Monty proves that perfection is boring, and sometimes the most beautiful cats are the ones who break the mold. Number 12. Japanese Bobtail. At first, you'd be forgiven for asking, "Wait, is that a cat or a rabbit?" That's the magic of the Japanese Bobtail. With their signature stubby tails that look like pom-poms, these cats blur the line between feline and floppy-eared forest sprite. Unlike newer breeds, bobtails go way back, like centuries deep into Japanese history. They've graced ancient paintings and woodblock prints, often seen chilling with monks or guarding sacred spaces. Their tails are natural mutations, not the result of breeding gimmicks, and each one is as unique as a fingerprint. They come in many colors, but the prized ones are snowy white. Personality-wise, they're talkative, affectionate, and wildly obsessed with water. Seriously, these cats will hop into bathtubs uninvited. Big upright ears, oval eyes, a love for humans, and a voice they're not afraid to use. Japanese bobtails don't just break the mold. They shatter it, laugh, and do a backflip off your bookshelf. Number 11. Herman. Herman looks like he just saw a ghost. We mean, just look at that. This 5-month-old cat from Copenhagen has big, saucer-like eyes that give him a never-ending expression of cartoon-level shock. His eyes are so big, in fact, that he can't even fully close them when he sleeps. Which, yes, means he naps with his eyes half open and still manages to snore like a little gremlin. His human, Shirley, says the moment they met, he jumped on her shoulder and started purring like they'd been friends for years. That was that. He came home with her. Herman may look like he's stuck in a horror movie jump scare, but he's all love and mischief underneath. He follows Shirley everywhere. Bathroom, he's there. Cooking dinner, right next to the stove. Sleeping, he's watching, probably still wide-eyed. He's become a viral favorite, not just for his looks, but for being a reminder that even the weirdest little creatures can steal your heart. Number 10. Baravel. Most cats stretch, but Baravel is the stretch. This Maine Coon from Italy holds the record for being the world's longest cat, measuring a ridiculous 3 feet 11 inches. That's longer than a baseball bat or your uncle's fishing lies. Baravel lives in the town of Vigevano with his owners, Cinzia and Edgar, who describe him as a very special gift. He's big, a bit shy, and living the dream on a steady diet of biscuits, chicken, and fish. Spaghetti is probably a myth. Probably. This giant fluff noodle is so long that he gets paraded around in a buggy like feline royalty. And when people see him, they don't just double take, they stare. He's basically a living myth in cat form. And while Baravel's size might seem intimidating, his personality is pure soft boy energy. Big paws, bigger chill. Honestly, he's not just the longest cat. He might be the most laid back, too. Number 9. Iris and Abyss. Iris and Abyss aren't your average pretty kitties. These twin white cats from Russia look like they crawled straight out of a fantasy novel. What makes them special? Heterochromia iridum, a condition that gives each cat one icy blue eye and one golden eye. Yeah, their faces are literally two-toned masterpieces. And before you ask, no, it doesn't affect their health. They just look like they're ready to cast spells or guard ancient secrets. Their human, known only as Daddy, didn't waste a second turning their otherworldly looks into internet gold. With a packed Instagram, a registered brand, and a logo, these cats are more than just viral. They're feline influencers with fan bases bigger than some celebrities. You'll catch them sniffing flowers, striking poses, and staring deep into your soul like they know something you don't. They're not just beautiful, they're hypnotic. And with eyes like that, they might actually be in charge. Number 8. Polly. Most cats walk on 4 legs. Polly said, "Why not 6?" This stray was found wandering around a neighborhood near Edmonton, Canada, sporting 2 extra limbs growing from his chest like some feline spider hybrid. He was rescued by Little Cats Lost, a non-profit that instantly knew he'd need special care. The extra legs weren't just strange, they made walking painful and clumsy. Vets determined he was likely the result of a twin absorbed in the womb, which gave him this rare mutation. Polly needed surgery to remove the extra limbs, and the rescue launched a campaign to help fund it. One woman, Deborah Lewis, spotted Polly struggling on the street and made sure he got help. Dr. Timur Mahmoud, overseeing the surgery, is confident that Polly will recover and live a full life in a foster home. It's weird, it's wild, but it's also hopeful. because this six-legged cat is finally getting the second chance he deserves. Number 7. Sphinx cat. This cat doesn't just walk into a room, it enters like royalty. Bald, wrinkled, and proud, this cat isn't hiding anything, mainly because there's no fur to hide behind. Bred in the 1960s from a natural genetic mutation, the Sphinx was made to be hairless and unforgettable. Its skin shows patterns like a ghost of the fur it never had, and its oversized ears and lemon-shaped eyes just add to the drama. People either fall in love or recoil in confusion. There's no in-between. But once you get past the alien meets gremlin aesthetic, you'll find a cat that's affectionate, hyperactive, and smart as hell. Sphinxes are known to greet you at the door, cuddle like Velcro, and sometimes act more like dogs than cats. But let's be real. You're not getting a Sphinx because it's just friendly. You're getting it because it looks like it runs its own underground empire. And maybe it does. Number 6. The triple-headed cat. Imagine Cerberus from Greek mythology. Now shrink it down, add fur, and give it 3 glaring cat faces. That's the so-called triple-headed cat, which supposedly emerged from some Frankenstein-level lab in Japan. Rumor has it that they were trying to build the ultimate Hello Kitty, and instead created this nightmare fuel. But don't panic. This is not a walking terror stalking your backyard. It's a blend of myth, science fiction, and Photoshop gone rogue. Some scientists even tried reconstructing what this beast might have looked like based on ancient stories. What did they come up with? A part cat, part peacock creature that probably flapped its majestic tail while hissing at anything that moved. And let's just say the possible names for a cat-peacock hybrid would all get us demonetized really fast. Whether it existed or not, one thing's for sure. If this thing ever meowed, the sound alone would cancel your sleep schedule for life. Number 5. Wilfred Warrior. Meet Wilfred Warrior, the cat who looks like he just filed your taxes and found a reason to hate you. With bugged-out eyes and crooked teeth, he went viral for a reason. He looks like he's planning something deeply personal. Wilfred is a Persian chinchilla living in the UK with his very brave owner, Jenna Millward. And despite his truly cursed expression, Wilfred's actually in perfect health. He just looks unhinged. Jenna says the vet checked his teeth and said they're fine. No surgery needed. Translation: Wilfred's terrifying mug is totally natural. He became an internet sensation not because he's weirdly cute, but because he's just weird. Some people describe his eye contact as human-like. Others describe it as the last thing I saw before I threw my phone across the room. But Wilfred, he doesn't care. He's not here to look pretty. He's here to haunt your thoughts, one viral stare at a time. All right, guys, now let's move to Number 4. Hamilton. Hamilton has a mustache, not a drawn-on one, not one from a filter, a real, naturally grown, curled-up, smug little handlebar mustache, and it looks like he's about to judge your music taste. This dapper feline lives in California and exploded onto Instagram during the peak of the hipster era. One look at his perfectly symmetrical white stash resting on a charcoal-colored face, and you just know he's the type to reject mainstream kibble. His vibe is pure 2010s, vintage glasses, mason jar coffee, and probably judging your vinyl collection. But Hamilton didn't just grow a cult following, he used his fame for good. With that quirky face, he helped raise over $250,000 for animal charities. That's right, this ironic-looking cat is doing more for the world than most humans in beanies. Number 3. Raven. Raven was born with no use of her back legs, and instead of sympathy, she got something better, a second chance. When her original family realized they couldn't give her the care she needed, they put out a call for help. That's when Marlene stepped in. A lifelong cat lover with a heart the size of a lion, she scooped Raven up and didn't look back. But things got heavy fast. A vet suggested euthanasia, saying Raven's quality of life would be too limited. Marlene didn't accept that. Instead, she got creative. Cat diapers, mobility support, and a lot of love. And Raven? She thrived. Not only did she prove everyone wrong, but she also became the sassiest, funniest, most energetic cat in the house. Marlene swears she's never met a feline with more fight. What started as a heartbreaking case turned into a wild success story. That's why we love cats. Number 2. Duck. Naming a cat Duck might sound like something a celebrity would do after too many oat milk lattes, but in this case it weirdly fits. Duck, the cat, only has 2 legs, no front limbs, just the back pair, giving him the energy of a tiny fluffy dinosaur mixed with a Super Mario character. Watching him bounce around is equal parts adorable and unreal. He doesn't hobble, he hops. And despite missing half the limbs nature usually includes, Duck is full of life. He spends his time hanging with his best buddy Bimini, a dog, because of course, a 2-legged cat would be best friends with a dog. Duck's not some tragic case, he's just built different. And somehow, he pulls it off. His owners make sure he's safe, loved, and living like royalty. Disability? Sure. But to Duck, it's just another reason to keep being the most unforgettable cat on 4 or 2 paws. Number 1. Venus. You know how villains in movies always have that dramatic half-and-half face? Yeah, Venus has that in real life. This cat looks like she was created by splitting 2 different cats down the middle. One side is a tabby, one side is black, one green eye, one blue. And no, it's not AI or Photoshop. Venus's tagline is 0% edited, 100% born this way. She was adopted back in 2009 by a couple in North Carolina and instantly stole the show, both at home and across the internet. She's got millions of views, a solid social media following, and even made an appearance on the Today Show. Scientists think she might be a chimera, meaning 2 embryos fused together into one cat. So yeah, she's not just unique, she's genetically wild. Venus isn't just a viral cat. She's a walking question mark with fur and the kind of strange beauty that makes you stare, double-check, and then hit follow. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you very soon.